सगल द्वार कौ छाड़ कै गहियो तुहारो द्वार बाहि गहे की लाज अस गोबिंद दास तुहार कहा बुद्ध प्रभ तुच्छ हमारी भर न सकै महिमा जो तिहारी हम न सकत कर सिफत तुम्हारी आप ले हो तुम कथा सुधारी मूक उच्चरै शास्त्र खट पिंग गिरन चढ़ जाए अंध लखै बदरो सुनै जो काल कृपा कराए अंध लखै बदरो सुनै जो काल कृपा कराए।
सतनाम वाहिगुरु साहिब जी। एक ओंकार सतगुर प्रसाद राम कली पातशाही दसवीं। रे मन ऐसो कर सन्यासा बन से सदन सबै कर समझो मन ही माहे उदासा। रे मन ऐसो कर सन्यासा बन से सदन सबै कर समझो मन ही माहे उदासा। रहाओ जात की जटा जोग को मज्जन नेम के नखन बढ़ाओ। ज्ञान गुरु आत्म उपदेश हो नाम विभूत लगाओ। अल्प आहार सुलभ सी निंद्रा दया क्षमा तन प्रीत। सील संतोख सदा निर्वाहिबो हुआबो त्रिगुण अतीत। काम क्रोध हंकार लोभ हठ मोह न मन सो लियावै। तब ही आत्म तत् को दर्सै परम पुरख कह पावै। काम क्रोध हंकार लोभ हठ मोह न मन स्यों लियावै। तब ही आत्म तत् को दर्सै परम पुरख कह पावै। एक ओंकार सतगुर प्रसाद राम कली पातशाही दसवीं। रे मन ऐसो कर सन्यासा।
वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह। सतगुरु जी दी साजी नवाजी साध संगत जी आप जी तन तन श्री गुरु ग्रंथ ਸਾਹਿਬ जी महाराज जी दे ਪਾਵਨ ਪਵਿੱਤਰ ਹਜ਼ੂਰੀ ਅੰਦਰ ਇਕੱਤਰ ਹੋ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ। ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਨਾਮ ਰੂਪੀ ਕਥਾ ਨੂੰ ਸਰਵਣ ਕਰਨ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਜੀ ਆਪ ਬਚਨ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ ਕਿ ਤਉ ਮੈਂ ਆਇਆ ਸਰਨੀ ਆਇਆ ਭਰੋਸੇ ਆਇਆ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਆਇਆ ਜੋ ਭਾਵੇ ਤਿਉ ਰਾਖੋ ਸੁਆਮੀ ਮਾਰਗ ਗੁਰ ਹੈ ਪਠਾਇਆ। ਗੁਰੂ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਜੀ ਬਚਨ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ ਕਿ ਹੇ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਤਉ ਮੈਂ ਆਇਆ ਸਰਨੀ ਆਇਆ। ਹੇ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਮੈਂ ਆਪ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਸ਼ਰਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਇਆ ਹਾਂ। I've come into your sanctuary, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ। ਭਰੋਸੇ ਆਇਆ ਭਰੋਸੇ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਮੈਂ ਆਇਆ ਹਾਂ। ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਆਇਆ ਕਿ ਹੇ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਆਪ ਜੀ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕਰਨਗੇ। If I come into your sanctuary, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ, then you bless me. I have this ਭਰੋਸਾ that you bless me with your Sikhi didat. Put me on this path of Sikhi, this path of Sri Guru Nanak Ji Maharaj Ji Sikhi, jo pav hai teo rakho ho Swami. Hey Swami Ji, hey WhyGuru Ji, jo pav hai, whoever pleases you, teo rakho ho Swami, marg gur hai pathaya. Marg, pule marg, jin hai bataya, aisa gur vada bhagi paya. My Guru is such a great Guru, they put those who are off the path back onto the path. So, ਇਸ ਪ੍ਰਕਾਰ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ ਆਪ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਅਤਿਅੰਤ ਵੱਡੇ ਭਾਗ ਹਨ. We're so blessed to join in the court of ਧੰਨ ਧੰਨ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ, ਧੰਨ ਧੰਨ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਜੀ, whose ਪ੍ਰਕਾਸ਼ ਪੁਰਬ was only a few days ago. ਤੇ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਦੇ ਪ੍ਰਕਾਸ਼ ਪੁਰਬ ਦੀ ਖੁਸ਼ੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, in celebration we start this ਬਾਣੀ of Shabad Hazaare Patshahi Dasvee, ਜੋ ਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਬਾਣੀ ਹੈ. This ਬਾਣੀ that comes in Guru Gobind Singh Ji's ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਦਸਮ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਜੀ ਅੰਗ 709 ਤੇ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, in the middle of Guru Gobind Singh Ji's ਬਾਣੀ, this ਬਾਣੀ ਰਾਮਕਲੀ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹੀ ਦਸਵੀਂ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਹਜ਼ਾਰੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹੀ ਦਸਵੀਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ ਦੀ ਬਾਣੀ. So ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, if you first talk about ਆਦਿ ਤੇ ਦਸਮ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਜੀ, just understanding the difference when it comes to Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj Ji starts off with Japji Sahib Path. Then in Guru Gobind Singh Ji's Bani, we have Dasam Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj Ji, we have Jap Sahib Path. Jithe Sukhmani Sahib Path hai Saad Sangat Ji, in Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj Ji, Aad Guru Granth Sahib Ji, you have Akal Ustat. Then where you have Bare Maha, which are the prayers which revolve around the 12 months in the year. Then you have in Dasam Bani, you have as well Bare Maha as well. ਜਿੱਥੇ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਹਜ਼ਾਰੇ ਦੇ ਬਾਣੀ ਹੈ in Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj Ji, a compilation of 7 different shabads in Maj Raag, Bilawa Raag ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, Tanasri, all these different rags, Sorat Raag ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ. Then here in Guru Gobind Singh Ji's Bani, you have 10 shabad as well. So Shabad Hazaare ਦਾ ਅਰਥ ਕੀ ਹੈ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ? What does Shabad Hazaare mean? Shabad means prayer, Hazaare Hazara, 1000, ਕਿ ਹਜ਼ਾਰਾ ਗੁਣਾ ਦਾ ਫਲ, means you get 1000 times the fal by reading this prayer. So when we read one shabad, we gain kirpa from reading that shabad. If we read Shabad Hazaare, the sharda of the Sikh is that we gain hazara guna da fal, we gain 1000 times the fal. Jasi sharda na parde, if you read it with sharda, with faith. So when we have Shabad Hazaare in Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj Ji, it starts with Mera man loche gur darsan tai bilab kare chatri ki nahi aaye. Then we have Jio Dart hai apana kaiso kari pakar, Adik, and the next 5 shabad that come. And they say whoever reads that prayer with a lot of faith, Sharda Dinar, they gain the same fal of listening to 1000 shabads. And the same thing here for Shabad Hazaare Patshahi Dasvee. So pehla arth hai hazara, 1000. Duja arth hai Saad Sangat Ji Hizr. Hizr means vichora or Vairaag. Ke is baani de vich Saad Sangat Ji, there's Vairaag, there's detachment. Like we say, Mera man loche gur darsan dai. This is talking about vichora, ja Vairaag. The avastha Maharaj Ji Varnan karde han. They talk about this state of being detached from the world, being detached from everything and being attached to WhyGuru Ji. So Hizr. So is prakar Saad Sangat Ji, when we read this part, it should invoke this Vairaag inside us as well. In this bond you have a prayer of Mitra Pyare Nu, which is filled with Vairaag. And we'll go through that in 5 weeks. When we go through that Shabad. But getting the part of here, Saad Sangat Ji, is that this bani of Shabad Hazaare Patshahi Dasvee has a lot of Vairaag in it. Vairaag mein bani hai Saad Sangat Ji. It's got a lot of Vairaag in it. This state of longing to become one with WhyGuru Ji. And if somebody has doubt that how can one Shabad give us the fruits of 1000 Shabads, if we just look in Sri Sukhmani Sahib Path, Maharaj Ji aap bachan karde han ke jiski bast tis aage rakh hai, prabh ki aagya mane mat hai, uste chaugun kare nahal, Nanak Sahib sada nihal, chaugun. If somebody puts everything in front of WhyGuru Ji, sacrifices everything, chaugun kare nahal, they gain chauguna da fal. They gain 4 times the fruits. Meaning that there's places in Gurbani, Sri Sukhmani Sahib Path, where reads Sri Sukhmani Sahib Path, then there 24 hours of breaths pass in WhyGuru Ji Simran, and we gain that fal. So in Gurbani, the Guru Sahib has given us these different techniques in order to maximize our time when it comes to reading Gurbani. And if those who have Shanka on Guru Gobind Singh's Bani as well, if you look at Ram Kali Ki Vaad, Maharaj ji aap bachan karde han, Pai Balwand ji, Pai Satta ji aakde han ke Jot Oha Jugat Sai Se Kaya Fere Platti hai. Jot Oha. It's the same Jot. The light is the same from Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj ji to Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj ji. Jot Oha. One Jot, one light. Jugat Sai. Jugat Hai means the way they would do their prachar. Jogati. The tongue in which Guru Sahib ji carried the prachar. It's the same. Jot Oha Jugat Sai. Seh Kaya Fere Platti. Kaya Pave Sarir. Basasing the city, the body changed. Say Kaya Fere Platti hai. Just like how a Raja, a king, changes his body, changes kapare every single day or many times a day, Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj ji changed their Swaroop into Guru Angad Dev Ji. Nanak tu lehna tu hai, Guru Amar tu vicharya. That Guru Nanak Dev Ji is Pai Lehna ji, they are Guru Angad Dev Ji, they are Guru Amar Das ji, they are Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj ji. When Maharaj says Bani Guru, Guru hai Bani, which Bani Amrit Sare, फिर गुरु साहब जी कहते हैं गुरबानी क्या है सेवक जन माने गुरबानी क्या है सेवक जन माने गुरबानी gives the bachan महाराज जी आप बचन कर देते सिख की करता है what does a Sikh do सेवक जन माने we accept the Guru's bachan pratak Guru nisatare then Guru Sahib ji blesses us we gain mukti we gain liberation the Guru does bachan the Sikh listens and then the Sikh becomes mukt. But if you don't listen to the Guru's bachan, if you don't accept Guru Gobind Singh's Bani, then how can we call ourselves a Sikh of the Guru? If this is the Bani of Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj, Shabad Hazaare Patshahi Dasvee, then we may say, why didn't Guru Gobind Singh Ji put this Bani in Guru Granth Sahib Ji? That is up to Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj Ji. Maharaj Ji, they can do whatever they wish to do. If you look at Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj Ji, Ad Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj, that is here Barajmat Takat Sahib, their upadesh is for the whole world, Jagat Guru we say. But Guru Gobind Singh Ji's Bani is for the Khalsa Panth. Telling the Khalsa how we should live. Talking to a child, talking to their own daughter, talking to their own son. Telling them how they should live in this world. Our Father is telling us how we should live. So Sasangaji, just Sankhep which you talked about in terms of the preface, the background to this Bani Shabad Hazaare Patshahi Dasvee is Bani da fal ki hai jira Sikh is Bani parda hai where reads is Bani what is the fruits they gain but also what Hazare means where it means 1,000 or Hizr Vichora ja Vairaag so hon Sahib Singh ji will start the Katha of Shabad Hazaare Patshahi Dasvee te aram karan to pehla Sahib Sangat ji sari Sangat aakho Satnam Sri WhyGuru Sahib ji
ਇੱਕ ਓੰਕਾਰ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ ਰਾਮ ਕਲੀ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹੀ ਦਸਵੀਂ ਰੇ ਮਨ ਐਸੋ ਕਰ ਸੰਨਿਆਸਾ
So Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj Ji starts off with this Mangal of Ik Oankar Satguru Prasad. In Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj Ji, Ik Oankar Satguru Prasad comes many, many times. And in Guru Gobind Singh's Bani as well, Maharaj Ji aap bachan karde hain. They say themselves, ke Ik Oankar Satguru Prasad. 3 types of Mangals. This is called a Vastunda Desh Atam Mangal. It means that when the Guru starts a prayer, they start off by doing an invocation to WhyGuru Ji. They do a Namaskar to WhyGuru Ji. They salute WhyGuru Ji. In this case, they're saying that they're explaining WhyGuru Ji's gun, the qualities of WhyGuru Ji. And they say, hey WhyGuru Ji, Ik Oankar, Ek Pave Advait Swaroop. They are one. Sahib Mera, Eko hai Pai, Eko hai. There's only one Guru, one WhyGuru. Oankar, Sare de vich Prakashak. Sab Gobind hai, Gobind bin nahi koi. There's only one WhyGuru and they're around all of us. There's nobody else but WhyGuru. So Ik Oankar, fir Sat Guru Prasad. Sat Pave, Ten Kala vich. Ten means free, Kala means time, past, present, future, which Sat hai. They cannot be destroyed in the past, present, or future. Sat Guru. Guru Pave Sasing Chetan Swaroop. WhyGuru Ji is conscious, WhyGuru Ji is alive. They Prasad, Ananda Swaroop. So Sat Guru Prasad. ਨਾਸ ਤੋਂ ਰਹਿਤ, ਚੇਤਨ ਸਰੂਪ ਅਤੇ ਆਨੰਦ ਸਰੂਪ. This is WhyGuru ji themselves. They're explaining who WhyGuru ji is. And through Satguru Prasad, through WhyGuru ji's kirpa, through God's grace, we can meet that one WhyGuru ji, Satguru, the true Guru. So Sahib Sangha ji, it comes in Asa ki Var. Guru Sahib says was bin Satguru kine na payo, bin Satguru kine na paya. Hopefully all these shabads come on the board. Bin Satguru kine na payo, bin Satguru kine na paya. They say without a true Guru, nobody will ever gain mukti. Bin Satguru kine na paya. And even in the future, you can go to the end of time. Without a Satguru, we cannot gain mukti. Satguru to bina. They Sahib Sangha ji, there's a sakhi that goes with this. That comes in Japji Sahib. When we say Jai Jugachare Arja O Shabad Vich Sahib Singh's Pauri de Vich, they say Nanak Nirgun Gun Kare. Us to pela kita andar keet kar dosi dos tare. So we need a true Guru to gain mukti. Mukti means liberation. So there's once, you could say a vidwan, a scholar, and he has so much gyan. They honor the ko both chelle si. A lot of chelle means servants. And he would say to his servants that you need to give me jameen, you need to give me your money, you need to give me your land. And read this part. And he said that I'm Rab, I am God on this earth, he would say. And he had all these chelle, everybody followed him. But ki ho gaya Sahib Sangha ji, he was Kacha himself. He was a Kacha Guru. He was a false Guru. He wasn't a Sat Guru, he was a false Guru. But all the chelle, all the followers followed him thinking he's a Sacha Guru. The Antale Samedevich Sahib Singh, the end of his life, the Guru, the Pakhandi Guru, he died. And then where did he go? He came back in Jurasi, in the 8.4 million life cycle. What did he come back as? He came back as a sap. He came back as a snake. So what happened one day is that Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji, a sixth Guru, was walking, and a snake came towards Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji Maharaj. And by Bidhi Chandji's one, the sixth at the time, they said, hey Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji, a snake is coming towards you, a very scary snake. The Maharaj says, don't touch the snake. The snake comes right to Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji's charan, their feet, and they touch the feet of Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji. There's ants in the stomach of this snake. There's kide coming out of the pit of the snake, of the sap. When it touches Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji's charan, the snake dies. And its stomach rips open and all these ants come out of it. And when the snake dies, its ruh, its inner body, its inner soul, however you want to say, it comes out in the sky and it looks at Guru Har Gobind Singh Ji Baba Bidhi Chandji and explains his story that he used to be a scholar, he had many chille in his previous life, and he told everybody to follow him. But he wasn't a true Guru. Meaning when he died in his last moments, he thought about money because he was very greedy. And what does Bhagat the Lord Chandji say? It comes in Gurbani. They say, Antakal jo Lakshmi simre, aisi chinta mein je mare, sarpa jaun val val autare. They say, if in our last moments you remember money, if you remember wealth, we come back as a snake. And that's what happened to him. He came back as a sap. But Sahib Sangha Ji, jo unade chelle si, his servants, what happened to them? Because he's come back as a snake, he's a false Guru, but they followed a false Guru as well. Meaning they couldn't get mukti either. So what did they come back as? They came back as kide, they came back as ants. But they came back as ants and they ate his body. Because he ate their wealth, now they're eating his body. Karam di khediya Sahib Singh is the play of Karam. But what's the point here? That he wasn't a true Guru. He wasn't a Satguru. And for that reason, he got mukti and neither did his chelle. But we have Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj Ji, who is the form of Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj Ji to Guru Gobind Singh Ji. And we say, Sabate Vadda Sat Guru Nanak. There's no one greater than Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj Ji. Ik Oankar Sat Guru Prasad. Sabate Vadda Sat Guru Nanak. Jin Kal Rakhi made. In this age of Kal Jug, in this dark age, the only one that can protect us is Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj. So, Ik Oankar Sat Guru Prasad. Maharaj Ji bachan karde han hanji.
Ramkali Patshahi Dasvee.
Te Ramkali Raag de vich, in the Raag Ramkali Patshahi Dasvee. 10वें पातशाह जी Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj Ji फरमान करदे han hanji.
Re man aso kar sannyasa.
So Guru Gobind Singh Ji starts by saying, Re man, hey mere mana. So ਦੇਖੋ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, whenever we give ਉਪਦੇਸ਼, ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਪਦੇਸ਼ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਅਸੀਂ ਹੋਰਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਉਪਦੇਸ਼ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ. We give teachings to other people. We never give teachings to ourselves, to our own mind. But Guru Bani is saying, Re man, hey mere mana. Just like Guru Angad Dev Ji says, Ke Nanak parkhe aap ko ta park jaan. Rog daru dove bujeta ved sujan. They say, who is the true judge? Guru Angad Dev says the true judge is the one who judges themselves. Rog daru dove buje. And they know what their problem is and what the solution is. Ta ved sujan. They become their own doctor, their own physician. So, we have to look at ourselves. But what is our state? Avrupadesh hai, aap na kare. Horna no si upadesh dinde. How we give teachings to other people. But aap na kare, we don't do it ourselves. We don't follow ourselves. And what is the fruits of that? Avata javata janame mare. We come and go again and again. The one who gives other people teachings, but they don't take upon in their own life. So, Guru Sahib is saying, Re man, hey mere mana. Oh my mind. They're speaking to the mind here. And what does Guru Bani say to the mind? They say, E man mereya, tu sada raho har nale. Har naal raho tu man mere, duk sab visarna. In Anand Sahib, they say to us, oh my mind, you sada raho rahe har nale. Always stay with WhyGuru Ji. Ja e man pyarya, tu sada sach samale. Eho kutam tu je dekhda, challe nahi tere naale. They say, oh my beloved mind, everybody that's around you, your friends and family, they're not going to go with you. So why are we so focused, caught up in this world if they're not going to go with us? Aisa kam mule na kiche, jita anto pachotaya. They say, don't do the action that you're going to regret at the end of your life. Guru Amar Dashi Maharaji Bachin Kardan. They say that to us. So Re mana, he mere mana, Aso kar sannyasa, eho jeha sannyas tar, tyag tar. They say, live such a life of becoming a renuncier. Renounce this world. What does sannyasa mean? Asa means our desires. Sun ho jave. Jado saasi sade asa khatam ho jave. When all of our hopes and desires in the world are taken away, that is somebody who is a sannyasa. So, Sahib Sangat Ji, if we look in the Hindu Dharam, for example, comes in Guru Bani's or they say Char Ashram, Char Jat, Brahman, Khatri, Sudavas, or we got Char Ashram, the 4 stages of life. Pehli avastha ki hai Sahib, the first stage is Brahmachari. That is when somebody from the age of 0 to 25 years old, they study to become a student. We do that as well, right? We go to school, college, university, too much studying, right? Just doesn't stop. Become a doctor, it just goes forever, right? So, 25 saal vaste asi padhai karde, we study. Then from 25 to 50, we have Grist Jeevan. We study for the first 25 years. Then for the next 25 years, they say, lagbhag 25 years, the person will then live a householder's life. Have kids, grandkids, home, all these things. Fir us to baad Sahib Singh Ji Vanparast. When they get to about 50 years old, till about 70, 75, then they start to give all the responsibilities to their kids. They retire from their work. I know the retirement age has gone high, it's going to keep going higher. But they retire and they give all their items, all the possessions to their kids. And they start thinking to go towards the mountains, towards the jungles. Then from 70 onwards is called sannyasi, when they renounce the world and they go and live in the mountains. So dunya nu tyag karke us ji fir ban vich rehanda hai. They go and live in the mountains at that time or in the jungles. So Guru Gobind Singh Ji is saying that you don't need to do that. You don't need to go and live in the mountains. Kyunki Sahib Singh Ji, if we've lived 70 years of our life in the world, do you think after 70 years we're going to give everything up? We're going to give our family up, money, home, and just go live in the mountains and have no attachment to it? That's very, very rare. That's very, very rare. That's not going to happen. We're going to want to stay in the world. And those who leave the world, how are they going to survive? They're going to get hungry and probably die of their hunger. So Maharaji is doing khandan of that. They're not saying that there's anything wrong with living in the mountains or the jungles. But it's saying that they go live in the jungle, Sirir karke, they leave the world, but Man karke, they're still in the world. In their body, they've left the world, but in their mind, they're still in the world. They're still thinking about their family, still thinking about their friends, they're still thinking about all these things. But Guru Sahib says that live such a life where you can live in the world and be renounced from the world. So, Re mana aso kar sannyasa. Become such a renunciate whilst living in this world. Because if you look, they're talking about the Hindu mat here because Guru said you give updesh to the whole of Hindustan, to all the world. But for Sikh, how do we look at this in our lives? We study for 25 years, even 25 years, 21 years. Then we have a family. Then we look to retire. And what do we all say? When I get to 70, 80 years old, then I'm going to follow Sikhi. Fir mein Amrit Shakna. When I get to 70 saal di umar, then I'm going to take Amrit. Or 80 saal di umar, then I'm going to take Amrit. I've done my job, kamkar, I've paid off my mortgage, everything's gone, then I'll take Amrit. Who knows, you might die tomorrow. Then where was the Amrit? Where are we going to become Amrit Shak? So we always put something in front of us, always put obstacle that we'll do it tomorrow and tomorrow, or agle saal, 10 saal de vich, we'll do it. But we don't know. If death comes tomorrow, then what are we going to do? So when Maharaj says sannyas, it means even now to become a sannyasi in our life. Because we get stuck in our families and our friends in these circles. Comes in Gurbani to say, Ke grist katam pa letya, kade harkha, kade sog. Grist means in the household's life. Grist katam pa letya, we become stuck in that. Kade harkha, kade sog. Sometimes we're happy, most of the time we're dukhi. Sometimes happy, most of the time dukhi. Right? Nanak dukhiya, sab sansar, yoga dukh, right? So, kade harka kade sog, gaun kade chaho kuntaka karina baisana soy. You can travel in all 4 directions, Guru Sahib says. Karina baisana soy. But for even one moment we have no peace. But Maharaj says, Chit ave, o sapad brahma, tanamana sital hoy. If you remember that one WhyGuru ji, then we have Shanti inside us. Living in the world. They didn't say Dunya nu tyag ke, go live in the mountains. Fir chit ave os pa brahm. They say live in the world. Sakra tar mein hai, grist pradhan hai. Pai Gurudas ji di bani. So the highest way of living is grist jivan, to live in the world. So one more vichar, then we finish off and carry on. But for some reason, we think we're going to be here forever. But Maharaj says to say, Re baure, tohe karinda rakhe koi, tu Ram naam jap soy. Re baure means, oh you fool, oh you crazy person, tohe karinda rakhe koi. That for one moment you not be protected, tu Ram naam jap soy. Say again and again, say WhyGuru, 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 rahao, ka ki mat pita ko kako, kavna purkha ki joy. To say, who is our mother? Who is our father? Who is our partner? They say, Kata phute, jado is sarira, panda rupi sarira, nash ho janda hai, when this body is destroyed, Kata phute, kau baat na puche. Nobody is going to ask after us, kado hoy. That means that when we die, Gurbani is saying that when we leave this body, that corpse of ours is not going to stay in the house. They're going to say, kado ho. They're going to say, take it out of the house. Get rid of this body. I don't want a dead body in my house. So Guru Maharaj is saying that, look, for 70 years, we have this attachment to the world. Fir 80 saal de umar, which when we're 8 years old, what happens? The body becomes a corpse. The family we love so much, they leave us and they say, take them out of the house. It's a dead body. So re mana aso kar sannyasa. Say live in the world, be detached from the world. Gurmukha maya vicha udasi. So who is the Gurmukh? They're the one that lives in the world, but they're not attached to the world. So Maharaj ji agge farman karde han and explain to us what they're saying. Hanji.
Ban se sadan sabay kar samjho ho, man hi mahe udasa.
Banhe means the forests. Ban says sadhana. Sadh means God. They say we don't need to go live in the mountains. Kahe re bana khoj na jai, sarbanavasi sada alepa tohi sang samai. They say, Kahe re bana khoj na jai. Why are you going to look in the jungles of WhyGuru? God is everywhere. Sarbanavasi. Sada alepa. They're around all of us. Tohi sanga samai. They're inside you as well. So when Guru Sahib says, ke Ban says Southern, they say, make this whole world into your jungle. You don't need to go live in the jungle. Make this your jungle. Kehanda pav hai Sahib Sangha ji, jo Amrit Vela hai, in the morning time, that is our jungle. Kyunki in Amrit Vela, sare dunya de log sutte pe han, everybody's asleep in Amrit Vela. In the jungles, there's peace, there's quiet, there's shanti, because all the ji-jant are spread out and it's quiet. That's why they go to the jungles, where there's no distraction. But Sahib Sangha ji, Guru Sikhan Vaste, we have our own ban, which is Amrit Vela. Amrit Vela is the morning time, between 12 to 6 in the morning. It's up to you what time you want to wake up. The Sikh who wakes up in the morning, that is their ban, that is their jungle, where the 6 days, and they are protected at that time. So Ban says, Sadhana, Sabay kar samajo. See this as our jungle. Fir Maharaji bachan kar den ke man hi mahe udasa. Ke man karke udas rehna. Udas pav in nirlep rehna. Uparamata. To be detached in the mind. Meaning that we live in the world, but we are detached from this world. So one Sakhi to go with this Sahib Sangha ji, this art of being detached. Just because somebody lives in the jungle, it doesn't mean that they're detached. Theek hai, they can still have attachment to the world. So in Japji Sahib, the Bani, that we're going to go through later in the second hall from 7 p.m. onwards, a Japji Sahib course that we're starting, Ramadevich, at the start of Japji Sahib, Guru Nanak Dev Ji says to us, Chup hai, chup na hove. What does that mean? That means chup rehe naal, man di chup prapat nahi hundi. That in our mind we can stay quiet. No, jibato, from our tongue we can stay quiet. We don't speak with our tongue, but mandi chupa prapatini hondi. We don't stay quiet inside our mind. So Sakhi to illustrate that is from the time of Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj. And what happened was that a Moni came to see them. Moni himi jira jeev monta arda hai. They stay quiet, they don't speak. So he came into Guru Gobind Singh Ji's court, mon tarke, not speaking. He's not spoken for years. He sat in front of Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj, sat up straight, chonkra marke, mon tarke, not speaking. And all the Sikhs are looking at him thinking, wow, this person is so religious. He must be a Brahmgyani, he doesn't speak. Guru Gobind Singh Ji muskra ke, Guru Sahib Ji smirks, they laugh. And they say that this person is just doing pakhand. It's false. They're not really keeping this mourn. They're not really mute. They're not talking from the tongue, but inside there's a lot of talking going on. But Guru Sahib Ji went along with the play, because sometimes in life you have to go along with the play and enjoy this play as well, right? So Guru Gobind Singh Ji says to everybody, look at this great person that's come here, doesn't speak, stays quiet all the time. And they call one that Guru Sikhs forward and they say, Sikha, they say, I want you to feed this person. Take him to your home, give them the best food ever, and then give them 25 rupiah. Give them 25 coins. And all Samudra Sahib Sangha Ji, 25 rupiah was a lot of money. Now it's not a lot, right? It's like 25p. But in those days, 25 rupees is a lot of money. So that Sikh says, Sat Bachan Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj, I accept your hukam, accept your order, and I'll take them to my house. So when the Sikh is about to leave, Guru Gobind Singh Ji calls the Sikh to one side. And they say, this person that's come here, he's not really a saint. He's just putting on the kava. He's putting on this falsehood at this time. They go, take him home, but don't give him nice food. Just give him some prashada, give him some roti, some bread, and don't give him any money either. And see how he reacts to you. So when the Sikh takes him home the next day, he's sitting there, this person who's keeping mourn, he's not speaking, hasn't spoke for years. And the Sikh says to his wife, don't bring the dal, don't bring the sabji, don't bring the lentils, don't bring the vegetables, just give him some dry bread. Right? That's all. When he puts on the dry bread in front of the Moni, he gets really angry, but he can't speak because that's his thing, right? He doesn't speak. Then he tries to eat the prashada, but it's so dry he can't even swallow it. And he's using water to help him swallow it. That when the Sikh turns around to go get achar, What does he do? He chucks the roti on the floor, gives it to the kutta, gives it to the dog, makes the dog eat it. And he's so angry, the in the anger, he goes running to Guru Gobind Singh Ji. Tell Guru Gobind Singh Ji what's happened, but he shouldn't be speaking. He should be peaceful in the inside. He should have contentment, but he doesn't. It's just an act. He goes to Guru Gobind Singh Ji. Before he can speak, he thinks, I can't speak because this is what I'm known for, not speaking. And everybody thinks that I'm such a calm person. So he sits there in front of Guru Gobind Singh Ji. He wants to complain, but he can't. And then who comes? The Sikh comes. And when the Sikh comes into Guru Gobind Singh Ji's court, Guru Gobind Singh says to the Sikh, that have you served this person, this saint? And they go, Hanji Maharaji, I did their seva. And then Guru Sahib Ji goes, did you give them the money as well? And they go, Hanji Guru Sahib Ji, I gave them the 25 rupees. And that's when the morning lost and he started speaking. He said, hang on a second. What kind of Sikhs do you keep here? This guy's a liar. He didn't feed me food. He didn't give me kheer. Well, he didn't give me this nice sabji or dal. He just gave me some dry prashada, some dry roti, and he didn't give me the money. And that's when Guru Gobind Singh said that, look, it was all pakhand. It was all false. Meaning, mani hi mahe udasa. Okay, in our mind, we have to remain separated from the world. Make this whole world our jungle. Live in the world, be separate from the world. Meaning that find those times in the day when we wake up in the Amrit Vela and focus on the Guru, and in our mind remain separate. Meaning when we go into the world, we're faced by slander, hate, people talking about the other gender in a negative way. Man hi mahe udasa. Man de vich we're detached. We're not attached, we're attached to our Guru all the time, Hanji.
Rahao.
So Guru Sahib Ji says Rahao. Rahao is a Vishram, is a pause. Ke Maharaj says, think about this. Do vichar. This is like the main line of the Shabad. Ke vichar karo. Socho, they're saying, think in our mind. Ke man hi mahe udasa. They will remain separate from this world, Hanji.
Jat ki jata jog ko majjan.
So jat diya jatava. Jatava here mean dreadlocks. So what did a lot of the people in those days used to do? They'd keep dreadlocks. They wouldn't wash their hair, and they would come to such a state where they turned to dreadlocks as well. But Guru Gobind used to say that you don't need to keep jatava, you don't need to keep dreadlocks, keep jati. Jati means self-control, which means ke eka nari jati hoye, par nari ti pain bakhane. They say, who is a true jati? Somebody who controls himself is somebody who sees the other gender, somebody else's, another woman as their own sister or daughter. Unless it's their wife. If it's not their wife, they only see them as their mother, daughter or sister. That is a true jati. Maharaji keh rahe ne. So we don't need to keep these dreadlocks. He's saying, instead of keeping dreadlocks, why don't you keep jati, which means control our eyes, control our senses. Jat ki jata, jog ko majjan. Majjan he means ishnan. The jog, the earth hai saad sangat ji jodna. Jodna means to join. So Sikhi de vich as we jog karde, we do jog as well. Jog ਭਾਵੇਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਜੁੜਨਾ ਹੈ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਜੁੜਨਾ ਹੈ. That is our jog, to join with ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ. ਪਰਮੇਸ਼ਰ ਦੇ ਨਾਮ ਦੁਆਰਾ, through ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ's name, ਅਸੀਂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਪੇਧ ਹੋਣਾ ਹੈ. We're going to become one with ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ. There's no difference. That is jog for Sikh. That is how we join. Through the Shabad, through Gurbani, become one with the Guru. Jog ko majjan. Majjan means ishnan, to bathe in Gurbani. Using the Guru's words and bathing in that. Just like how Guru Sahib Ji says to us, ke Tirath nav na jao, Tirath naam hai. We don't need to go to all these Art Sat Tirath. For Sikh, the Tirath is Naam. It's Gurbani. We bathe in Naam. Kar isanana simra prabh apana manatana pay aroga. If you want to bathe in something, the Guru says bathe in Gurbani. And that will make us free from all our diseases in our mind and in our body. So, jo ko majjan name ke nakhan badao, nakhan pave no, our nails. So what did the sadhus used to do? They used to keep their nails. They wouldn't cut them. When they leave the world, jado sannyas tarde si satsanga ji, then they keep their nails as well. Novadon they see, they grow their nails very long. But Guru Gobind Singh says, don't grow your nails. He said, name ke nakhan badao, he said, apna nitnem badao. He said, don't grow your nails, grow your nitnem. Nitnem means what prayers that we do every single day. The Sal Sangaji. Let's all let's go inside and let's think to ourselves, if I looked at myself 2 years ago, I look at myself now, has my Nitnem increased? If 2 years ago I was doing Satabaniya, or if 2 years ago I was doing Japji Sadapat, what am I doing now? It's not to judge ourselves, it's not to judge anyone, but how am I increasing my Guru Sikhi Jivan? If 2 years ago I was doing the same thing and today I'm doing the same, what are we doing? We should always be increasing our Nitnem. It's Nava Saliya for, in this terms, Dunyavi Torte. Obviously, we say to some Sikhs to go and our New Year's in Chet, which is in 2 months. But we understand that in this world, we have a new year, New Year resolutions. We all make one that I'm going to give up, chocolates. I'm going to give up this. I'm going to do that. But have you ever thought to ourselves, that I'm going to add a Japji Sahib to my Nitnem, saal? That har ek saal, I'm going to add one more Japji Sahib. So in 50 years' time, I'll be doing 51 Japji Sahib apart. Start small and increase. Maharaj says, Name ke nakhna badao, to increase our Nitnem. Every single time we can't just keep increasing our relationship with the Guru. Guru Sahib is saying to us, Name ke nakhna badao. Guru Sahib's upadesh hai. They do this all the time. There was a Sakhi from Guru Gobind in his time again. When Guru Gobind Singh Ji took avatar on this earth, and Guru Gobind Singh Ji came on this earth, everybody came to the Guru's home. But Jire Brahmana see, the ones who were the Brahmins, they got very dukhi, the priests of the Hindu faith, because everybody started following Guru Gobind Singh Ji. So they came to Guru Gobind Singh and said, Maharaj Ji, nobody comes to us anymore, they all come to you. Please do kirpa upon us, Sadete kirpa karo, bless us as well. Guru Gobind Ji says, do you want kirpa? They say, Hanji, we want kirpa as well. He said, will you accept my bachan? They say, Hanji Maharaj, when we say to us, Asi manange, we accept your bachan. Then Guru Gobind Ji says that if you accept what I say to you, you have all the wealth you need to live, and you have all the food, all the clothes you want. He says, Sat bachan. Guru Gobind Singh Ji says to them, every single day, you have to sit for 9 hours. 10 pehed. So no kante vas, you have to sit, chonkra marke, and just do WhyGuru job. Every single day for 9 hours, just sit down, legs crossed, and say WhyGuru. That is your job now. And if you do that, I'll give you 5 jewels every single day. So imagine getting 5 diamonds every single day, just for sitting down and saying WhyGuru for 9 hours. I'll give you 9 jewels, 9 diamonds. I'll give you all the food you want and all the clothes you want. Easy, right? Sounds easy, but it comes in Rera Sada part, ke Akhan Aukha Sacha Na. Very hard to do Naam Japana, bahut aukha hai. But they said, you do it for 9 hours and I'll give you everything you want. First day passed, they said to Bhai Alam Singh Ji, they can't even lift their legs up. After 1 hour or 20 minutes, you have to cross our legs. Why do this? Because our godde are hurting, why? We do this, why? Because we cross our legs, why? 9 hours. Imagine if for no kante. When they came the second day, say, Maharaj Ji, we can't do it. Fateh Ji, we cannot do it. They say, we're going to go. Akhana Oka, Sacha now. Name ke nakhana badao. How are we ever going to get to 9 hours if we can't even do 10 minutes? We have to all start somewhere. Start small and grow it. Charna saran gur ek panda jai chal, sat gur kot panda aage hoye leta hai. You take one step towards the Guru. If we add 1 minute to our Nitnem, if you add 1 Japji Sahib a year, that goes a long way. Just look at like that. 1 Japji Sahib a year in 5 years' time, that's 5 Japji Sahibs. 25 years, 25 Japji Sahib part, har roj. We look at our great Gurmukhs in Itihas, they do 25 part every single day. Japa part, 51 part, 51 parts a day. If we did 1 part here, it would slowly increase. So Maharaj Ji keh rahe hain ke name ke nakhna badao, increase our Nitnem. We don't need to grow our nails. You grow our nails, what are we going to do with them? They get dirty. You can't do any seva with long nails. So Maharaj says increase our Nitnem, Hanji.
Gyan Guru Atam Upadeso ho, Naam Biput Lagao.
Phir Gyan Guru. Gyan Guru here means that the Guru is Gyan and Gyan is Guru. There is no difference between the two. The Guru gives us Gyan. Gyan here means to know who we truly are, true spiritual knowledge. Guru Gyan Prachand Balaya, Agyan and De Rajai. Then what does our Guru do for us? They give us this light. Guru Gyan Prachand Balaya. There's such a great light that comes from the Guru's Upadesh. Agyan and De Rajai. All the ignorance is taken away from the Guru's Gyan. Jeso Chanda Ugavahe, Surj Chare Hajar, Ete Chandana Hondea, Gurubina, Korandar. They say, about the Guru, you can have 1,000,000 suns, thousands of moons, but Guru Bina, Korandar. About the Guru, there's complete darkness. They say, Gyan Guru Atma Padeso. They say, Atma Padesha Apane Manu Deva. They say, give this Atma Padesh to our own mind, meaning take Guru Bani and apply it to our mind. Re man, hey mere mana. Always give Upadesh to the mind. Fair Maharaj कहते हैं कि नाम में विभूत लगाओ. Viput he means swaha. Swaha he means ash. So what did the sadhus used to do? They used to put ash all over their body. Why do they used to do this for? There's many reasons. I'll give you 3 reasons why they put this swaha on their body. So Pella Karan Si Sajin, the first reason for doing this is because when it is cold, when you rub ash on your body, it covers your pores. So then the cold can't come towards you, because the sadhus had no money. They had no clothes. So then they put ash on their body to keep themselves cool, to keep themselves warm in the winter. And when it was the hot months in India, the ash would keep them cool as well from the hot heat. So these are the first 2 reasons. And the third reason was that they were showing a nishani, a sign. They're saying that jo saadi trishna di aag hai, साढ़े अंदर जो तृष्णा दी आग है वो बुझ गई. The fire inside us of desire has been extinguished. I have no trishna anymore. I have no desires. So trishna di aag बुझ गई. That's why I have ash. When a fire is gone out, there's just ash left. So they're saying that, look, I have swallowed of my body ash because I have no trishna di aag. I have no desire, no fire desire. I'm desireless. But as Sangha Ji, Guru Sahib says, don't put this swa on our body of ash. Put the swa of Naam. Naam Rupi swa sade sri te launa hai. We have to put that swa, the ash of Guru's name on our body. Cover ourselves in the name of the Guru. Meaning when Guru says, Ratta mera chola sada ranga tola. That my Sri Rupi chola is of Naam. I'm covered in the Guru's Naam. That is what I'm made up of. Naam, Naam hi Naam. Nothing else. Gurmukhi rom rom harti ave. Every single pore of my body says WhyGuru, WhyGuru, WhyGuru. Just like in the time again of Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji, jab Guru Gobind Singh Ji samay de vich, there was a Sikh called Bhai Sutara Ji. Jab Bhai Sutara Shah, Bhai Sutara Ji was a Sikh who was very mischievous in the Guru's home, but they were Brahmgyani, but they're very clever how they gave the Upadesh. The ek din Sahib Singh Ji, a sadhu, a saint, a so-called saint comes into Guru Sahib Ji Sharan, into the sanctuary, and he's covered in ash. And he's sitting in front of Guru Gobind Singh Ji with ash all over his body. Because he's saying that I have no desire inside me. Bhai Sutara Ji is standing behind Guru Gobind Singh Ji doing Chaur Sadhi Seva. As you can see the Gurmukhi doing, the whisk, he's waving over Guru Gobind Singh Ji. But Bhai Sutara Ji looks at this sadhu and he's sitting there with ash all over his body. Imagine somebody sat in front of Guru Granth Sahib Ji with ash all over their body. We'll look at them, right? Every 2 minutes he'll open his eyes and look like this. Is anybody looking at me? It's for attention, right? He didn't mean it. Sitting there, dhyan taar ke, chonkra maar ke, every 2 minutes, anybody looking at me? Bakhandasi. Bhai Sutara Ji saw this when he's doing Chaur Sadhi Seva. So every time he opened his eyes, Bhai Sutara Ji would do this to him. Kept pointing at him. And the sadhu got angry, like, what is he doing? Why is he pointing at me for? And then he would close his eyes and Bhai Sutara Ji would carry on. After 5-10 times of pointing at the sadhu gets so angry and say, hey Guru Gobind Singh Ji, who are these Sikhs of yours? They show no satkar to me, no respect. They keep pointing at me. Guru Gobind Singh Ji looks up at Sutara Ji, says, Sutara, they say, are you doing this? Are you causing more problems in the Guru's Darbar? Because there's many stories of Bhai Sutara Ji causing problems. So are you doing this again? They say, Maharaj, I didn't point at him. I didn't point at this sadhu. And then the sadhu gets more annoyed. He's lying. And they say, Maharaj, I did not point at him. The Guru says, what are you doing, Sutara? And they say, Maharaj, I'm just pushing the ash out of the way. As I push the ash out of the way, I can see there's a big fire behind the ash, meaning that fire desire has not been put out. From the outside, it looks like he's calm because of the ash, right? But when you just move the ash to one side, there's a big fire inside him of anger. And he showed that because every time Pai Suttaraji was doing that, he was getting angry, right? So, Nama Puta Lagao. So you don't need to cover yourself in ash to show that you've got to win over your desires. They say just take Nam and apply Nam into our lives, and that will give us Shanti. That will give us peace. There's nothing greater than Nam. That will give us Shanti. Just like we say in Sukhmani Sahib, ke Nam Ranga Sarab Sukh hove, but Pagi ke se prapat hoye. Nam Rang. The one who's absorbed in the Guru's Nam, Sarab Sukh hove. They gain all the Sukh, all the peace in this world. Hanji.
Alap ahar sulap sinindra daya chima tan preet.
Tesa Singh ji, this one applies to all of us. Right? Sadi halat hai, das di halat hai ke alap ahar, thoda khana. Do we eat a little? No. Asi both the shak there. Look at the langar, look at the queue. Chalo si langar shakna hai, but we go in the langar, we have all of our compartments in the thali is full. You gotta have all the mittha, all the sabjiya, kheer, the kheer which you put the jalebi in the kheer, or gulab jamun, what you're going to put in there. But Maharaj says, alapahar, fir sulab sinindra, thoda sona. We're meant to eat a little and sleep a little. It doesn't mean that we become bones and we don't eat. It means we eat enough to be healthy. Alapahar sulab sinindra. But what is our state? Guru Bani says, khana, sona, hasana, khana, pina, hasana, sona, vistir gaya hai marna. Khana, pina, we eat, we drink, we sleep, we do all these things. They say, vistir gaya hai marna. But we forget WhyGuru ji. So, Shakun to Pehla Sah Singh ji, we always do ardas to WhyGuru. Jehe prasad chatti amrit khaye. This Thakur ko rakh man mahe. We always do ardas before, but they say if we don't, then visir gaya hai marna. We fall asleep, son to pehla we don't do Sohela Sada part. Such a small bani, the Guru didn't give us Sukhmani Sahib before we went to bed. So do Sohela Sada part. Free 5 minutes. But that doesn't mean that we can't eat, we can't have fun. We can do that as well. But there's a tariqa, there's a way. Because Guru Sahib also says to us, ke Nanak Satguru Petiya, viche hove mukt, hasandya, khelandya, penandya, khavandya, viche hove mukt. If we follow the Guru's path, if we walk on the Guru's path of Sikhi, when we wake up in the morning, we do Amrit Vela, we do a Naam Japra for the day, we can still laugh. Hasandya, khelandya, we can still play. Khavandya, we can still eat. We can still penande, we can still put nice clothes on. We say vichya hove mukt, but we're still mukt in that as well. If we follow the Guru's path and take upon the Guru Sikhi, Panch Pyar to Amrit Shak ke Guru Granth Sahib the Hazuri de vich, we give our head to the Guru, we live that kind of life, then the Guru will take care of us. So alapahar sulb sinindra, daya chimatan preet. Daya means compassion, shima means forgiveness, tanhe means nal. So tan the arth hai nal, pave. Daya ate khema de naal preeti karni hai. We have to have love for compassion and for forgiveness. Our lives should be based on forgiveness and compassion. Jive Bhagat Kabir ji bachan karde han, Bhagat Kabir ji tells us, Kabira jaha gyan teh dharma hai, jaha jhoot hai teh paap. Bhagat Kabir ji says to us that jaha, where there is gyan, Kabira jaha gyan teh dharma hai. Where there is gyan, true knowledge, there is righteous living. When Guru Sahib gives us gyan, atam gyan, fir taram, then we live a righteous life. Asi naam jap diya, change karm asi kar diya. When the Guru gives us gyan, jaha gyan teh taram hai, jaha jhoot hai teh paap. Where there is lies, there is always sin. If we lie, our life is filled with sins. Asank nindaka sir kar hai par. Asang papi paap kar jahe. But then they say to us ke jaha loba teh kaal hai. जिथे लोभ है साध संगत जी, greed, काम को लोभ अहंकार, उथे काल है, मौत है. Where there is the punch jaw, there's certainly going to be death. पर फिर महाराज जी भगत कबीर जी बचन करते से जहाँ खिमा तह आप, जहाँ खिमा, where there's forgiveness, तह आप, you are there. वाहिगुरु जी तुसी आप हाजिर हैं, you are there yourself where there's forgiveness. But it's a very hard quality to have khima, very hard to have forgiveness. Why? You say forgive and forget. I know for me, I could just about forget, but I don't forgive. We forgive, but we don't forget. But how rare is the one who forgives and forgets? Jaha khima teh aap. If you find somebody who truly forgives, they say, Jaha khima teh aap, you are there yourself. WhyGuru ji is in that person. They have got that gun of WhyGuru ji. So Maharaj ji bachan karde han ke daya chima tan preet, have love for these qualities of daya, of compassion, and chima. Two very hard qualities to gain, but have love for them. Bring them into our lives. Guru Maharaj ji bachan karde han hanji.
ਸੀਲ ਸੰਤੋਖ ਸਦਾ ਨਿਰਵਾਹਿਬੋ ਹੋਇਬੋ ਤ੍ਰਿਗੁਣ ਅਤੀਤ.
Seal he means Naramasabha, a very soft nature. Santokhi. Sahas kate lakh ka utitave. Tripna ave maya pache pave. Says sahas kate. Sahas he means 100 or 1,000. Sahas kate lakh ka utitave. We gain 100 things, but lakh ka utitave, we want more. We always want more. Tripna ave maya pache pave. He said the one who runs behind Maya, they never gain Santokh. Bina Santokha nahi kaurajya. Nobody has gained Santokh through gaining more items. Nobody gains Rajya, he means to be full. Bina Santokh nahi kaurajya, supana manoratha birathe sabakajya. We are asleep in our thoughts. We always think again and again. But Maharaji again, like we said earlier, Naam Rang Sarab Sukh hoy. If you're going to ask for something from the Guru, then ask for Naam. Vinito dohor je mangana, sir dukha ke dukha, dehe naam santoke utere man ki puk. Hey WhyGuru ji, if I'm going to ask for something, I ask for Naam. Kar daya naam pargas. Hey Guru Amar Dashi Maharaj, Guru Ram Dashi bachan kar den ke hey Guru Amar Dashi, daya karo, सच्चे पातशाह जी कर दया नाम प्रकाश, नाम दा प्रकाश बख्शो साडे अंदर. हाँ जी.
काम क्रोध हंकार लोभ हठ मोह न मन स्यो ल्यावै.
So साध संगत जी, सील संतोख सदा निर्बाह होवे बहु तेरे गुण अतीत. तेरे गुण means the 10 gun, sato rajo te tamo gun. To stay away from these things. 10 guna to ateet hona, asang rehna. To be away from Satogun. Satogun here means that we don't want to be praised to our faces, but inside we want to be praised. We say to everybody, don't praise me, but under all, we say we actually want to be praised. That is Satogun. Rajogun, we're always greedy, we always want more. The Tamogun, we have so much growth inside us. But Maharaji says, Tareguna Atita, to become separate from the Tenagun, Fikam Krodha Hankar Lobh Hatha. Mona Mansulyave. To be away from the Panch Jor, the 5 thieves. Their heart nahi karna. Heart means to be stubborn. We're always stubborn in our lives. Mohana man se liave. Te man de vich eh panch cheeja nahi lioniya saad singh ji. Not let these 5 things come inside our mind of Panch Jor, ja heart. Jive saad singh ji ek aur sakhi, if ਅਸੀਂ ਸਮਾਪਤੀ ਕਰੋਗੇ, ek ਹੋਰ ਪੰਕਤੀ ਰਹਿੰਦੀ ਹੈ. One more line remains as well of Sukdev Muni. So Pandit Sukdev Muni was from the time of Raja Janak ji. The Sukdev Muni was such a great being that at that time he said to his Mata Pita ji, I need to learn more, I need to become one with WhyGuru. His Mata Pita ji were very japped up as well, did a lot of bhakti, a lot of meditation. They said to him, go to Raja Janak ji. Raja Janak ji is a Puram Brahmgyani. One they pass jao, go to them and they'll bless you. When he went there, Pandit Sukdev Muni, he went there with such hankard. When we say calm, growth, hankard, he has so much hankard inside him. And hot, stubbornness. Because when he saw Raja Janak is a Raja. He has all the tan daulat, he has everything. And at this time, Pandit Sukdev Muni says that how can he be a Brahmgyani? How can he be a saint if he's a Raja, he has all the money in the world. He has all the wealth, everything. But Sahib Singh Ji, what happened that day was that in Raja Janak's kingdom, the whole kingdom burnt down. There was a big fire and the whole kingdom went down to ash. But when that fire was burning, Pandit Sukhdev Muni, this one who's meant to be a saint, he only had a few items. He had he had a mat, he had a pitcher which he keep his water in. He had 3 items. Why is poor person nothing? Raja Janak has all the gold. What does Pandit Sukhdev Muni do? He goes running into the kingdom after his 3 items. Whilst Raja Janak watches the whole kingdom burn down. What does Raja Janak say? They say to the Pandit Sukhdev Muni, they say, look, you talk about me being a Raja, having all this stuff, but it's all burnt down in front of me and there's no attachment. But look at you just have these 3 items and you go running inside the fire to grab them. Who has the attachment? Who has the attachment here? It's not about how much we have, because we could have nothing and still be proud of it. So Maharaji says that Kaam Krodha, Kaam means the desires, Krodh means anger, Hankar means pride, Lobh means greed, Hat means to have stubbornness, Moha means attachment. Now man soli aave. Don't bring these into our mind. Maharaji keh rahe hain, Hanji.
तब ही आत्म तात को दर्शै परम पुरख कह पावै.
So Sahib Singh Ji akhili pankti de vich Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj Ji bachan kar dende ke tab hi aatma tat ko dars hai, ke then we can understand our true selves. Tab hi aatma tat ko dars hai, param purkh keh paave ko paave. Then we can gain WhyGuru Ji, Prabhu Parameshwar WhyGuru Ji de prapti. We gain WhyGuru if you follow all these qualities. Ke aso kar sannyasa, ban se sadhana, to see the whole world is a jungle. Man hi mahe udasa, man vich udas rehna, nirlep rehna. Jati, to become jati, majjan ishnan karna, bani rahi, ja nitnem vadona hai. These kind of things. To follow the Guru's teachings, thoda khana, why sulup sinindra, thoda sona. Maharaji gave us all the upadesh in his Bani, in this Shabad of the Pehla Shabad in Shabad Hazaare Patshahi Dasvee Sahib Singh Ji. So finish off here. Inya benti pravan karniya Sahib Singh Ji, maaf kar ji, many mistakes made in the Katha Vichar. Going through this first Shabad of Guru Gobind Singh's Bani, through Itihas, through Gurbani Art, many mistakes made. We're going to have the Japji Sahib course starting upstairs in the next 5-10 minutes. So benti to those who have come for that as well. We starting, it's just before the Langar hall, the podi on your right. You walk up the podi and then the second hall is there. We'll start an English course on Japji Sada part. So again, please go the mistakes made in the Katha. Deho Sajjana Assis Riya, Jo Hove Sahib So Mel.
काम क्रोध हंकार लोभ हठ मोह न मन स्यो ल्यावै तब ही आत्म तात को दर्शै परम पुरख कह पावै.
वाहेगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहेगुरु जी की फतेह.
वाहेगुरु वाहेगुरु.
If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share and subscribe. Please donate and help spread Guruji's message. Link is in the description below. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh.